Good morning, everybody. Cowboy here, feeling a lot better than I did yesterday. So let's jump right into it, right into the charts. Just showing a win here, and this is how you trade, right? That's where the title of the show comes from. This is a Canadian dollar USD trade. So USD CAD, this is on Forex. And of course, everybody wants to, buy the right crypto and get their 20x, and that's great. And it takes a year. And unless you're going to play the meme coins, which means you'll probably lose, you might get your 100x or whatever, but 99 times out of 99, you're going to lose, right? Like, I don't know anybody who's actually profitable on meme coins who's not launching meme coins. Okay, maybe one or two people. Long story short, this is how grown-ups trade, right? This is a Forex trade, USD CAD. I'm primarily a Forex trader, and I put this trade on going back halfway through November, right? So this is a much higher time frame trade than I usually take, but you can see the algos telling me to get in. I kind of missed the main ping, otherwise I'd be in much, much earlier, and I wanted it to get over some structure. Just wanted to share this win. It's doing great. My stop is at entry now, right? So I've got no risk on this trade. It's just winning, and I put a pretty good amount of money on it. So that's that. Now let's go ahead, run over to Bitcoin and see how the where everybody's eyes want to be, right? Everybody looking at the big shiny object, aka Bitcoin, right? In the meantime, you guys have all these opportunities that are just passing you by. You didn't even know they're there. I'd say that my prediction has become more accurate as time has worn on here. So the original oops, didn't mean to do that. The original prediction, right, where if I were to take this magenta arrow and have it just kind of wind on, I had two main ideas. One, it would just kind of get some liquidity and run up. And in the bull market, that can happen. Despite the fact that everything says price really should go down a bit further, maybe to like the high 80s or even the high 70s, the bull market is a tricky thing with Bitcoin. And, oh yeah, we'll take a look at silver SG. But yeah, the bull market's a crazy thing, and people don't get the entries they want. So if you're expecting 88, price might go to 91, and then you get in there, right? I mean, that's just how Bitcoin works. That's how all bull markets work. No one gets the entries they want, and that's by design. It's just, I wouldn't even say design. I mean, it's just nature. People are going to buy it up in a hurry, right? And what we're seeing right now is extremely bullish. If I were to pull back and show you this right here, where price kind of makes this stair step up, where each low is higher and you're getting higher highs too. That's like, I started calling that the stairway to heaven. There is an exception. This one wick down right here, this wick right there, that's an exception. But that had to do with basically a stop run, as far as I could tell. A little bit of a lot of liquidity had built up, and people weren't making money too easily, so they had to go ahead and knock a few people out of the leverage markets. But in the meantime, it's pretty much doing what I said it would do at the beginning of the week. And this wasn't my top week for predictions. I made a lot of good predictions. However, gold and silver actually didn't do what I thought it would, or let's just say that it eventually did what I thought it would, but it took a detour. So we'll get into that possibly today, but maybe in the private lab. We'll see how much time we've got. Let's take a brief look at Solana, continuing to just go right along the path of what I said. A bit of a deviation, of course, but in the end, price is literally where I said it would be by Friday. So it doesn't get much closer than that. Let's run over to, since we had silver mentioned in the comments, we'll jump down to silver. Yeah, it got slammed. So look, here's the thing. I thought I was going to be wrong about silver. It looks like I was right. Silver took a bit of a detour up towards 32. Now, we've been talking about this for months now. And according to the Guerilla, who just knows a lot of people in the precious metals business, the COMEX really can't afford for silver to go over 32. Now, that's how it was 6 months ago. It's supposedly how it is today. It flirted with the sun here. You got it at 32.30 and just a slam down. And look, it's literally now doing what I said it would do, right? So a lot of what I'm predicting in this particular case has that knowledge in mind. So there was an attempt at a breakout and then a push downwards. Well, might as well look at gold. Gold now coming back to where I said it would be as well. So I thought my predictions this week were going to suck, but it turns out they're a lot closer than I thought. It's just the precious metals kind of rose up a bit, probably to do with Syria. There's not a lot of movement despite what happened in Syria, though. It's almost as if the market wasn't surprised at what happened in Syria. So let's move on. We're going to move into the indices, and pretty much doing what I said they would do. I'm probably more accurate these days on the indices than anything else. It makes me want to get a like a Ninja Trader account or something and start trading them. But I mean, look at that. It's just going sideways, like I said it would. I thought that the indices would do a little bit better, but they got slammed down on like Monday, Tuesday, pretty hard hits, and they're just coming back. So we'll see if they continue to do that. And in the end, it's not that far from where I said it would be. The Dow seems to be taking the biggest hit. And I thought even the last 2 days, it would hang out up here in the 44.2 to 44.4 zone and then head up, right? I thought that's how that would go. It is continuing to take a pullback. We take a brief look at the algos right now. Just a little bit of vulnerability in the algos, but that can really get caught. They could catch that and push it back up. And the most likely place for that to get caught is going to be this price structure right here at about 43,600. It should bounce right there, at least temporarily. And as it touches that, if it touches that, I'll be taking a look and trying to figure out what it's doing. But I know the Dow was outperforming everything else. And we talk about this with the indices. You'll have one of them outperform, and then it will take a break while the others start to outperform. And the NASDAQ, the NASDAQ is the one outperforming. So I had, by the end of the year, NASDAQ at 21.9, and it actually broke my target here. This blue line was my target. So let me rephrase that. 21.9 is a fib level, but the target I had by the end of the year was 21.630. We've now exceeded that, and you can see that I predicted it would head up. So another pretty accurate prediction. This doesn't get much more accurate than this. It just didn't really reject at that. It made an all-time high, didn't reject, just broke right through. What you could say that it kind of did a rejection and like a test and a break, if you look at it this way. Kind of tested here and then broke. I mean, that's like a legit way to look at it. Either way, I had it going up to about 21.9, and I said if not by the end of the week, then by the end of the year. And we're only halfway through December, not even. So it's quite possible we're going to see those numbers manifest. Now it is 6:40, so we are at the end of the public live lab. Thank you very much, Lisa. Very kind words. Look, the work I'm doing, right? Predicting price. Anytime that you can predict price, you can make money in these markets, right? Anytime that you can take a look at what price is doing and say, I think it's going to do this, and then you actually create a methodology where you test that method. You go back through time, you test how correct your methodology is. And as long as you are correct more often than you are not correct, and then as long as you understand markets, you understand how to trade, you understand the business aspect of trading as well as the technical aspect. And even more important than all of that is the psychological aspect. We can show you how to extract profit from these markets, right? The primary driver for success, people at Algo Factory, is their work ethic. It doesn't take any kind of understanding of coding. It doesn't take any kind of understanding of anything. You don't have to have advanced math, anything like that. We can show you how to do this at algofactory.tech. So come on over, join us, learn to trade like a hedge fund, can't even talk, learn to trade like a hedge fund pro. And do not forget,
join us or die.